आरम्भं करोतु महोदय।
ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनं पुनत्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
धन्यवादः महोदय। अस्तु, गतकक्षायाः विषये वा गृहकार्यस्य विषये वा प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा?
I saw the recordings, Mahadaya, and I think I have my answers are wrong, and I'm eager to learn that now.
अस्तु, so okay, so the concept is so we are talking about karmani prayoga, right? Karmani prayoga, or as it is called in English, passive voice. So basically the boy read the book, or versus the book was read by the boy. So let's step back and let's talk in English for a minute. Okay, so forget about Sanskritam for a second. I normally don't do it through English, but I think I see why there is a challenge here. So in the newspaper, for example, we encounter, I'm sorry to say all these bad things first thing in the morning, but anyway, we see things like there was an accident and so many people were injured or whatever. Okay, so how is the article written? 5 people were injured in an accident last night. Active voice or passive voice?
Passive voice.
Everybody please unmute and let's have this as a discussion.
Passive voice.
Passive voice, because we are not saying who did the injury. We are saying the fact that some people were injured. By whom, it is irrelevant. So 5 people were injured in an accident. Tatra kriyapadam kim asti? Verb kim asti?
Injured.
Injured. Were injured. Iti kriyapadam bhutakalam suchayati. Were injured. Correct? So far so good. Now, the article doesn't stop there. The article now wants to talk about something related to the people that were injured. So it says, the injured were admitted to a hospital. Atra kriyapadam kim asti?
Admitted.
Admitted asti. But we are talking about whom? Who's the focus here?
Object.
The injured people. Injured people. So we didn't just stop with the fact that people were injured. Then we've taken it to the injured people were taken to a hospital. Now, for the injured people, the government offered a compensation. This is all normal news. I'm not making anything up. This is very normal thing that we read in the newspaper.
This is Bhanu News.
Bhanu News hopefully will be talking about Shubham, not all bad things. But anyway, for the injured people, the government gave some compensation. This is a very normal sentence we see. Tatra kriyapadam kim asti?
Compensation was given.
Was given, were given, whatever. Now, the injured people were given compensation. Active voice or passive voice?
Passive.
Passive voice.
Yeah.
Satyam. The government gave compensation to the injured people. Active voice or passive voice?
Now it is active.
Now
Active
it is
voice.
active voice. Parantu, what about the injured people? Is that inactive voice or passive voice?
Passive voice.
Yes.
Passive voice. What is injured people mean? The people who were injured, Bhutakalam, in the past they were injured. Past meaning anything that happened right before this sentence was spoken. So the people that were injured, we are calling them as injured people. Satyam,
Hmm.
from the injured people, we can learn lessons about driving safely. Active, passive.
Active.
Active.
Active voice from
Learn.
we-
Parantu atrapi the injured people, from the injured people, Panchami Vibhakti, from the injured people, we can learn a lesson about driving safely. But injured people, is that active or passive?
Passive.
passive.
Passive eva kila. Bhutakalam, passive voice, the people who were injured. So we've seen the usage of the injured people, which is a passive thing, inside an active voice sentence. Correct? So the injured people, now if you take it as the pratyaya, it is similar. So injured people still remains passive, but it is used inside a vacuum that can be active or passive. The government gave compensation to the injured people, active voice, and inside that injured people is still passive. Compensation was given to the injured people, passive voice, again inside that passive voice injured people. Spashtam. When we say all this in English, everything is clear for everybody. Same thing in ta pratyaya. Ta pratyaya indicates bhutakala, and it is the only thing is, okay, now we said in the first sentence several people were injured in an accident. There injured is a kriya padam. In every other vakyam we saw there is some other kriya, correct? Compensation was given, from them we learned something, etc., etc. The kriya padam became different. Same way with the pratyaya. Normally in the book or for the syllabus, what we learn is in only the prathama vibhakti. Balakena granthaha patitaha. That is where the book stops. That is only the syllabus. Patitaha granthaha. There what are we talking about? Balakena granthaha patitaha. What are we talking about? Reading only, but
Reading only.
about the granthaha. Grantha was read by the boy. Satyam. Now, granthaha patitaha. Active balakena granthaha patitaha. Kartari prayogava, karmani prayogava.
Karmani.
Karmani. Balakena, by the boy, the book was read. We could also have said balakaha pustakam patati, but we said balakena, balakaha grantham patati, balakena granthaha patitaha. So we converted the same vakyam into karmani prayoga, passive. Now, just like in the previous example where we talked about English, we want to use the fact that about the book in various contexts. can we use it? So that is the thing. Just we in English we used it, so why can't we use it in Sanskritam? So let us see that. बालकेन ग्रन्थः पठितः तत्र क्रियापदम् अध्याहृतम् अस्ति अस्ति और आसीत् और whatever, and ग्रन्थः पठितः is पठितः is the विशेषणं for ग्रन्थ. Okay, let's talk about that in a minute. The book was read by the boy. Give me the book that was read. If I want to say, how would I say it in Sanskritam?
Patita grantah mama dadatu.
Mahyam. Mahyam.
Mahyam dadatu.
परन्तु तत्र कर्मपदं किम् अस्ति?
Grantah.
Grantah. So karmapadam now has to be always in okay. Mahyam dadatu. Kartari prayoga va karmani prayoga va?
Karmani.
Karmani va?
Kartari.
Kartari. Kartari. In kartari prayoga, karmapadam should be in what vibhakti?
Dvitiya vibhakti.
Dvitiya vibhakti. So should we say grantah dadatu or grantham dadatu?
Grantham.
Grantham dadatu. So mahyam pathitam grantham dadatu. So pathita is a visheshanam for grantha. So they have to match in, visheshana vishesha bhava is vachana linga vibhakti should match. So grantham dadatu, therefore pathitam grantham dadatu. Spashtam va Bala Mahodaya?
So we were on that tena krityaha or tena kritam.
We'll come to that. Let's finish this. The name of Vadat.
Namaste Mahodaya. Sorry, I couldn't get this what you said now.
Okay. In the first sentence, I said Balakah Grantham Pathati. And then I converted it into Karmani Prayoga Balakena Grantha Pathitaha. So far, so good? Then I want to say, give me the book. What book? The book that was read. So, Katham Vadaniyam Samskrite. How would you say it?
Mahyam patitaha grantaha dadatu.
Okay. Mahyam dadatu. Let's break the sentence and take the fundamental components. Mahyam dadatu. Kartari prayogava, karmani prayogava.
Mahyam dadatu is kartari only.
Kartari prayoga. Kim dadatu. What should be the answer of kim dadatu? Should it be, what vibhakti should it be in?
Dvitiya,
Dvitiya vibhakti only. Kartari prayoga asti, ataha kim answer should always mean dvitiya vibhakti. Mahyam kim dadatu, pustakam dadatu, or grantham dadatu. Normally, what would you say? Mahyam grantham dadatu. Yes or no? For me, give the book. Mahyam grantham dadatu. So that part doesn't change. Kidrusham pustakam pathitam pustakam. Why pathitam pustakam? Because pathita is a visheshana for grantha. And what is the rule of vishesha visheshana bhava? Linga, vachana, vibhakti should match. So mahyam grantham dadatu. Kidrusham pustakam mahyam pathitam pustakam dadatu. Spashtam va Mahoday?
Okay, but
So, Mahodaya, we have both
Ekakshanam,
Kartari.
Srividya Mahoday, Ekakshanam. He started a question. Let's finish that. I'll come to it. Pruchhatu Rajesh.
No, here in a kartari sentence, we are using ta pratyaya. So how does that, till now we have only done ta pratyaya used in karmani sentence. This
Correct.
Is kartari.
Correct. That is what I'm getting to. That is the whole objective behind this discussion. Ta pratyaya is used in passive voice, karmani prayoga only. Can we use that karmani prayoga thing, the ta pratyaya, in karsari prayoga? And the answer is yes. And if so, how? So people were injured in an accident. Injured tatra karma padam asti, kriya padam asti, and then we used it in different contexts in different vibhaktis, for the injured people, from the injured people, etc., etc. Same thing, we are trying it in Sanskrit. So when you have a kartari prayoga, the karma padam always will be in ditya vibhakti. Those rules don't change. Those are fundamental rules. Now, mahyam pustakam, mahyam grantham dadatu. Therefore, mahyam grantham dadatu. That will not change. So, mahyam grantha dadatu, is that correct? It will never be correct. Mahyam grantham dadatu only is correct. Correct? Do you agree with that?
Yes, that is correct.
So
But
what
when
happens?
we use Patitam grantham, shouldn't it be Maya Patitaha Grantaha Dadatu?
Maya Patitaha, the book that was read by me. Okay, you can use it in that sense also. Maya Patitaha Grantaha, that is also a correct sentence, but it's in a different context. Maya Grantha Patitaha. The book was read by me. Satya. The book was read by me.
That was different, Mahodaya. You tell about the example you're giving. So you're saying Kartari, we can use the pratyaya.
Correct. Just like in English, we use the people who were injured in active voice. People were injured in an accident, passive voice. Satyam? For the people who were injured, the government gave some compensation. Active, passive? Sentence, the whole sentence. The government gave compensation. Active voice.
Okay.
Compensation was given by the government will become passive voice. Government gave compensation, active voice. But inside that active voice sentence, we are still using the fact that we are talking about the people that were injured. So injured people, or the injured people. Chaturthi vibhakti. Same way, I am trying to bring the equivalence in Sanskritam. So there are two things to remember here. The pratyaya is a Vishesha Visheshana bhava, meaning it has to match in Linga, Vachana, Vibhakti with whatever the Vishesha is. The Visheshana has to match that. And second, the pratyaya is karmani, but karmani, when used, that whole set, Patita and Grantha, when you take it as a set, you can use it in different contexts, including in a Kartari Prayoga. That is what I am trying to get.
Okay.
So therefore, Maya Mahyam Dadatu. Kartari Prayoga. Satyam? Maya Kim Dadatu. Pus Grantham Dadatu. Because Grantham, Kartari Prayoga, Grantha is karma, therefore it has to be in Ditya Vibhakti. Maya Grantham Dadatu. Mahyam Grantham Dadatu. Idrusham Grantham, what type of book we are talking? Pathitam Grantham. Because Pathita and Grantha are Vishesha Visheshana, they have to match in Linga Vachana Vibhakti. We'll do in all 7 vibhaktis, it will become clear. Srividya Mahoday, what was your question?
That was the same question I was asking Mahodaya. So without any conflict, we can use both Karatari and Karmani in the same sentence because of for Ta Pratyaya.
Satyam. So don't limit yourself to thinking Ta Pratyaya means always the Vakyam has to be in a Karmani Prayoga. Let's try some more. One more. Chaitra Mahoday, Prashna अस्ति वा?
Mahodaya. So, in the context of the pratyaya and the akarmaka dhatavaha. So, what we have learned is if there is no karma padam, then we
We'll
use
come to that. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. Let's first finish this. Let this concept get solidified in everybody's mind. The book's name is Ramayana. The name of the book is Ramayana. The name of the book that was read is Ramayana. How would I say that?
पठितं पुस्तकस्य नामः रामायणः.
There Patita and Grantha, they are Vishesha Visheshana Bhava. So Granthasya Nama, if you say, should you not, what will Patita be?
Patitasya.
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 Patitaha grantaha.
That is Prathama Vibhakti. Now, Granthasya Nama Ramayana. Kidrushasya Granthasya, Patitasya Granthasya. Okay, let me write it. Maybe it's hard to imagine things.
Writing will help.
Karomi. So Pathita is the Visheshanam for Grantha. So they have to match in Linga Vachana Vibhakti. Now Titya Vibhakti. Atra Kriyapadam kim asti? Asti is the Kriyapadam. Adhyahruta. So far so good? This is the Karmani Prayoga. Normal what we learned. Therefore, what happens? Karma is in Prathama Vibhakti. Now, I want to use this together in other Vibhaktis. I want to talk about the book that was read. Can I do that or not is the prashna here. We should be able to, right? Now, I want to talk about that book. What book? The book that was read. Aham Grantham Pashyami. Can I say this? Normal vakya. Can I say this? Atra Grantha, what is Vibhakti? Dvitiya. Kriyapadam? Pashyami. So what prayoga is this? Kartari or Karmani? Kartari. Now, I am seeing a book. That is what it means. Now, if I ask you, what type of book are you seeing? Then, if the answer is the book that was read, that is also a normal thing that we encounter in real life, right? So, the description of the book, the description of the Grantha is Pathita. It was read. There can be many descriptions of the book. The book is read, the big book, the long book, the thick book, whatever. Atra, the description is Pathita. Pathita and Grantha are Vishesha Visheshana. Now, Pathita is the Visheshanam for Grantha. So, Aham Grantham Pashyami. Kidrusham Grantham Pashyami. You are saying Grantha is in Ditya Vibhakti. Therefore, what should Pathita be in if it's a Visheshana?
Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Ditya Vibhakti. Pathitam Grantham Pashyami. Everybody with me so far? The sentence
Mahoday.
is still in Kartari Prayoga. It follows all the rules. The Karma Padam is in Ditya Vibhakti, Kartru Padam is in Prathama Vibhakti, and Kriya Padam is in normal Lat Lakara, Kartari Lat Lakara. We just added the fact of giving a Visheshanam to the Grantha, and since they are Vishesha Visheshana Bhava, we have to match the Linga Vachana Vibhakti. Since Grantha is Ditya, Pathita will be in Ditya. So, this is how you would use a Karta Pratyaya within a Kartari Prayoga Vakya. Now, bear with me. Now, let us try to use this in other vibhaktis. So this is Ditya. When I say Ditya, Ta is used in Ditya. Now, give me a Vakyam, even it's in English, something to do with the Grantham in Tritiya Vibhakti.
Aham granthe what? 8 minutes. Without the book.
Granthena vina patashalam gacchami. Something like that. Aham granthena vina patashalam gacchami. Is this a correct sentence? Anybody disagree with the sentence here? Kartari va karmani va?
Kartari.
Vakyam is kartari. Kriyapadam gacchami. Kartrupadam aham. Karmapadam pathashalam. Now, in the first sentence, Grantha was the karma padam. Therefore, Prathama Vibhakti, because this is Karmani Prayoga. In the second sentence, Grantha became the karma padam inside a Kartari Prayoga Vakyam. And in the third sentence, it is neither a Kartru padam nor a karma padam, but it is still used in a Kartari Prayoga Vakya. Kartari ta used in Trutiya. Kidrusham Grantham. What a Kidrushena Granthena. Without what I went to the school?
Patitena.
Patitena. Because Patita and Grantha are Vishesha Visheshana, therefore we have to match in Linga Vachana Vibhakti. Everybody with me so far? Anybody have any doubts, confusion, disagreements? Rajeshri Mahoday?
Okay, Mahodaya, I'm fine.
So give me one Vakyam in Sanskritam using Grantha in Chaturthi Vibhakti. Any Vakyam.
Mahyam patitam patitebhyah grantebhyah dadati.
Let's take Ekavachana, it will be easier. Do the normal, forget about Patita. Just give me one Vakyam with the Grantha in Chaturthi Vibhakti.
Balakaya grantham dadatu.
Balakaya Grantham dadatu. Balakaya. But Grantham is in Ditya Vibhakti, right? I want you to use Grantha in Chaturthi Vibhakti.
Okay.
So it should be Granthaya, something that uses Granthaya.
Aham grantha balakam granthaya dadami. Correct.
You are giving the boy for the book, is it? Ulta, you are saying ulta.
Aham granthaya tippanim dadami.
Uttamam. Aham granthaya tippanim. Artah kaha?
I'll give notes for the book.
Satyam. Kidrushaya granthaya. What type of book? For what type of book you are giving tippani?
Patithaya granthaya.
Patithaya granthaya. Atra ta pratyayasya. This is act kartari va karmani va. Vakyam. Sampurnam vakyam. Kartari only. Kartari only. Ta pratyayasya vibhakti. What is it?
Chaturthi.
Chaturthi. Ta is in Chaturthi. Srividya Mahoday. Grantha, use grantha. Forget about all these sentences. Your own sentence, grantha, just the grantha in Panchami Vibhakti. Granthat, right?
I learn Patam from Grantha.
From grantha. Say the same thing in Sanskritam.
Aham
Granthat. Satyam.
Patam Patayami.
Pathami, pathayami.
Whatever.
Pathayami is also correct. I will teach from the book. Satyam. That is also correct. Aham granthat patham pathayami. We'll use with whatever sentence you said. Kartari va karmani va?
Kartari.
Kartari only. It should be kartari. Kidrushat pustakat.
Patitat.
Patitat grantha. Patitat. It is a Vishesha Visheshana bhava.
Patitat. Also Patitaha can we use here?
No. Here, look. Granthena patitena. Granthaya patitaya. Granthat patitat. The Visheshana Vishesha bhava, don't forget that.
Kartarita is used as Panchami.
Panchami.
In Panchami.
Satyam. Anybody have any doubts up to here so far? Anybody disagree with anything that is here? Atra pashyatu kriyapadam pathayami atah kartari prayoga. Karta is aham. Patham is what?
Dvitiya.
Dvitiya vibhakti atah karma padam. So the patita, the grantha is no longer the karma padam. In the first vakyam, it is karma padam. In the second vakyam, it is karma padam, but in a kartari prayoga, in this one, it is not. Pathashala is the karma padam. So now grantha is neither a karta nor karma. Same way here, it is neither karta nor karma, and it is used within a kartari prayoga vakyam. Same way here, patham is the Dvitiya Vibhakti karma padam, and we are using the grantha in Panchami Vibhakti. I am going to teach from the book that was read. That is what SEC is saying. Chaitra Mahoday. Grantha, give me a vakyam in Shashti.
Granthasya mulyam adhikam asti.
Granthasya mulyam adhikam asti. Anybody disagree with this vakyam? Basic vakyam. Kidrushasya granthasya mulyam adhikam asti.
Patitasya granthasya mulyam adhikam asti.
Kartari prayoga va karmani prayoga va?
Kartari, Mahodaya.
And then ta pratyaya कीदृश तस्य vibhakti, what is it?
Shashti vibhakyam asti.
षष्ठी विभक्त्याम् अस्ति. Bala Mahodaya, give me a vakyam with grantha, just grantha in saptami.
In the book.
In the book, on the book.
In the book, on the book. So it will be. Bless me.
Granthi.
I put the pen on the book. Simple.
Aham lekhanim granthe stapayami.
Oh, uttamam. Aham lekhanim granthe स्थापयामि.
Kartari prayoga.
Kartari prayoga, because kriyapadam is स्थापयामि. कर्ता कः?
Aham.
कर्म किम् अस्ति?
Lekhani.
लेखनीम्. उत्तमम्. कर्तरि प्रयोग. Now, कीदृशे granthe, what type of book? On what type of book are you putting the pen? On the book that was read. Pathite granthe. Pathite granthe lekhanim stapayami. Anybody have any doubts so far? Please ask. Let's wrap it up. Let's do the sambodhana also, because any vibhakti will have sambodhana, or most vibhaktis will have sambodhana. Kanchan Mahodaya, use grantha in sambodhana.
Okay. He grantha. Jnanam dadatu.
Oh, uttamam. He grantha. Jnanam dadatu. He is this kartari or karmani?
Kartari.
Kartari only. Karta, karma, kriya, what are all those?
Kriya is dadatu. Karma is jnanam. And karta is grantha.
Grantha. Atra. Adhyahritam asti. We are addressing the grantha. So therefore, now, kidrusha, which type of book are you addressing?
Pathita.
Pathita grantha. Hey Pathita grantha. Hey, the book that was read. Give me jnanam. The vakyam is kartari or karmani?
Kartari.
Kartari. And ka is used in sambodhana prathama. Even though the entire vakyam is in kartari, pathita and grantha still retain their ta bhava and the karmani bhava. So, aham pathitena granthena vina pathashalam gacchami. So, pathitena granthena, with the book that was read. So, that bhava of karmani, the book that was read, therefore passive voice only. The book that was read, with the book that was read, bhutakala, that was read, bhutakala, was read, the book was read, therefore karmani, passive. So that aspect between of the pathita and grantha is still retained. It is still karmani, but used within a Kartari sentence. Same way, Pathitaya Granthaya. Atrapi Pathitaya Granthaya is still Karmani, but it is used within a broader Vakyam, which is the in Kartari Prayoga. I hope that that was helpful. Please ask questions.
Mahodaya, it is clear, but last week's sentence I had a doubt. You had done that. Lipena Vasishtam Drashtum, that one. So should we do that now or later?
Kartum Shaknumaha. I just want to say one thing before we go there. So in one of the previous classes, we saw one sloka. So why do we go through all this exercise? Because in most slokas that we read, the ta pratyaya, well, first of all, ta pratyaya is the most commonly used pratyayas in slokas. So it is extremely important that we understand this. So why do we learn ta pratyaya in the first place? Or why do we need ta pratyaya in the first place? Why can't we simply use the it is a kriya suchaka padam. It is indicating an action. So why can't we just use lakara?
To show the things in a bhutakala.
Bhutaka, that is correct. So why can't we just use a lakara? Any lang lakara will do, right? Balakena pustakam balakena grantha apathyata. Why can't we just leave it there? Even in English, why would we use active voice? I mean passive voice.
Want to qualify the verb?
You want to qualify something and use it in a not only do you want to qualify, you also want to use that object in a bigger sentence and you want to refer to it. The people who were injured, we are referring to those people in different contexts. For the people that were injured, I am doing something, the government is doing something. From them, we are learning a lesson, etc., etc. So it is not enough in normal day-to-day usage that we have only lakara. We also want to use the fact that something happened to something else and we want to use it in different contexts. That is the reason why we have tavatu pratyaya and ta pratyaya. So that is one thing. And then the second thing is ta pratyaya is one of the most commonly used pratyayas in all the shlokas. Somebody once did calculation. I read somewhere that more than 60% of the bhutakala words that are used in shlokas are ta pratyaya. Not tavatu, not lakara, but ta pratyaya. So that is the reason why it is important to you learn the pratyaya properly, and it is also one of the easiest because in Pullinga it is like Rama Shabda, Strilinga it is like Nadi Shabda, and Napunsakalinga it is like Phala Shabda. Extremely easy. Whereas in Tavatu Pratyaya, if you look, Pullinga is in Sakaranta, Patitavan. So Patitavat is the Pratipadikam, Sakaranta Shabda, etc., etc. So the Pratyaya is easier. So we saw one example in the previous class, one of the previous classes. Akashat patitam toyam sagaram prati gacchati. Yatha, yeah, I'm taking out the yatha word. Akashat patitam toyam sagaram prati gacchati. Tatra kriyapadam kim asti?
Gacchati.
Gacchati. मम सङ्गणकं दृश्यते वा?
आं महोदय।
क्रियापदम् इस् गच्छति. कर्तरि प्रयोग वा कर्मणि प्रयोग वा?
कर्तरि।
कर्तरि. कुत्र गच्छति?
सागरं।
सागरं प्रति. ओके. कर्तरि क्रिया इस् गच्छति. कुत्र? सागरं प्रति. I'm simplifying things. सागरं प्रति. किं गच्छति? Who is going?
तोयं।
तोयं. किं गच्छति? तोयं गच्छति. Napumsakalinga. Therefore, toya is Napumsakalinga. And it is to. Okay, let's simplify this. Toyam sagaram prati gacchati. That is the simplified vakyam. Toyam sagaram prati gacchati. I've taken out these because we'll add them back later. Toyam sagaram prati gacchati. Kim gacchati? Toyam gacchati. So what is the karta here? Who's the karta here? Who's going?
Toyam.
Toyam is going. So Toyam is in Prathama Vibhakti. Agreed? Kartari Prayoga. Therefore, Toyam is Prathama Vibhakti. Now, if I want to say Patitam Toyam, what type of Toyam? Kidrusham Toyam. Kidrusham Toyam.
पतितं तोयं।
Patitam Toyam.
Patitam Toyam. Atra Patitam Toyam. What vibhakti is that in? Prathama eva. Prathama eva. Because Toyam is Prathama, Patitam, the water that was fallen, is Patitam is the description or the Visheshanam for Toyam. Therefore, this is also in Prathama Vibhakti. Now, Patitam Toyam, what does it mean? The water that had fallen. Kartari Prayagava, Karmani Prayagava.
Karmani Prayoga.
Karmani Prayaga. The water that had fallen. We are not saying the water is falling. Water is not doing the action here. We are talking about the water that had fallen sometime in the past. And we are giving a description to the water. What type of water? The water that had fallen. We are using a passive voice there. Patitam Toyam. So Patitam Toyam by itself is Karmani, but it is used inside a Kartari Prayoga. And this is the most normal usage of the Pratyaya that you will see in shlokas. That is why we are spending so much time getting this concept right. So if you don't get this concept, I mean, if it is confusing, please ask. Many shlokas will use similar concepts. So please ask. Spashtam va?
Mahadaya, when we look at the sloka, it seems simple, but when you go deeper into that, it's a little bit confusing.
We'll go slowly, no problem. Rajashri Mahoday, do you agree with everything that we studied so far? Any doubts, questions?
No, Mahadaya.
No, Rajashri. Rajashri.
Only last week, that one sentence, I still have a doubt. So.
Karomi. Idanim karomi. Vakyam kim asti tatra? Ekashanam. Bala Mahodaya, spashtam va? चैत्र महोदय स्पष्टं वा?
आं महोदय, अवगतम्।
अवगतं। राजश्री महोदय वाक्यं किम् अस्ति?
दिलीपः वसिष्ठं द्रष्टुं
सङ्कल्पितवान्।
वैशिष्ट्यं द्रष्टुं
सङ्कल्पितवान्। तत्र किं करणीयम् अत्र?
So when we change this to the pratyaya, I thought it will be Dilipena, but I saw the video and understood it should be Dilipah Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitah. But my question was, shouldn't it be Sankalpitam, because there is
Sankalpitam. So last week I don't think we concluded. We left with lots of open-ended questions because we didn't have time to finish it. So let us, I think we are in a much better position, but before you go there, let us, I think the question that Bala Mahodaya and Chaitra Mahodaya will lead to this answer. Bala Mahodaya, what was your question? Saha, what was that?
Kritavan.
Kritavan.
Kritavan. That is the vakyam. Now, how do you convert this into karmani prayoga? Using tena. You said it is krutaha. I said it is krutam. I said it is krutam. So which one is correct? Tena krutaha va tena krutam va?
Because it should be krita should be in this thing. Prathama vibhakti ekvachan.
Napumsaka lingam it should be. When there is akarmaka something, it should be napumsaka.
Atra, let us, okay. Tena saha karyam krutavan. Let us start with this. Saha karyam krutavan. Bala Mahodaya, now tell me in karmani using ta pratyaya.
Tena karyam kritam.
Tena karyam
kritam.
Kritam. Karyani. Napumsakalingam. Tena karyam kritam. Okay. Let's take a pullinga. It is easy. Saha grantham patitavan. Tena, now do it in ekakshanam.
Tena grantha kritah.
Tena
grantha kritah.
Patitah. Grantha patitah. Because patitavan in ta pratyaya is patitah. Atra karma padam kim asti? Sah grantham patitavan. Grantham is the karma padam. Tena grantha patitah. Grantha will become prathama vibhakti in karmani prayoga. Now, same way, tena kutra gacchati. Saha karyam krutavan becomes tena karyam krutam. Same thing. This is grantha is in pullinga, karyam is in napumsakalinga. Now, there is a rule. Tena krutam. We started with saha krutaha. Saha krutavan. This is the vakya. Atra karma padam kim asti?
Saha.
Karma padam. Saha karyam krutavan.
Sorry, karma padam nasti.
Karma padam nasti. Satyam. So normally we would think tena krutaha. Parantu when there is no karma padam, the ta pratyaya will take the napumsakalinga form ekavachana, prathama vibhakti ekavachana. Therefore, it is not tena krutaha, but tena krutam. This is not correct.
But why Napunsakalinga? Because it only says Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachana.
Napumsakalinga. Now, I think that is for akarmaka dhatu in the lakara. There it is prathama purusha ekavachana. I think you are mixing up the two things.
Mixing up the two, okay.
So when we are using lakara, not ta pratyaya, when we are using lakara, when there is no karma pada, then you will use the prathama purusha, not prathama vibhakti, prathama purusha ekavachana.
Prathama Purusha Ekvachana.
But here we are not using lakara, we are using the ta pratyaya. So when you use ta pratyaya, you have to use, since ta pratyaya is a nama padam, right? Ta pratyaya is a nama padam, it's not a lakara. That is why it has pullinga, strilinga, napumsakalinga, all those distinctions. So when there is no karma padam, when using ta pratyaya, you have to use the napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti ekavachana, tena krutam. It is in one of those slides, Mahodaya. Ekavaram punaha pashyatu.
I will go through them again.
Chaitra Mahodaya, is this clear? I think you also had a question about this.
No, actually, Mahodaya, mine was when we have an akarmaka dhatu in the, I mean, for example, Shishuhu Hasitavati. Okay. Shishuhu Hasitavati. And then if I want to, use the ta pratyaya, so Shishuna Hasitam, hello?
Satyam.
Okay, so Shishuna Hasitam because Has is an akarmaka dhatu. But then we also see there are other two Rupani, right? Like Hasitaha and Hasita, ta pratyaya. So my question is, when do we use those? Because anyway, when we make the sentence, there won't be karma padam. But then we have those forms like Hasitaha, then Hasita, in ta pratyaya. So when do we use those?
When you are using it in a broader vakya. Shishuna hasitam, what does it mean?
So by the baby, laughing is done.
By the baby, laughing is done. Atra hasita is a visheshanam for shishu, right? The laughing baby. Now go back to this whole exercise we did here with all these vibhaktis. When you use it in that context, then it will be hasitaha, etc. Now, let us take the baby as a boy. I am seeing the laughing boy, or I am seeing the boy that laughed, the baby that laughed. Katham vadaniyam.
I am
Normal.
seeing
Forget the pratyaya. I am seeing the baby. Katham vadami.
Aham shishum pashyami.
Aham shishum pashyami. Idrusham shishum pashyami. The boy, the baby that laughed.
Aham hasitavati. Hasitavan. Hasitavan. Hasitam. Hasitam shishum.
Hasitam shishum pashyami. With the baby that laughed, I also laughed. Katham?
Aham hasitavata shishuna. Hasitavata shishuna khalu.
Let's take pullinga. Hasitaha.
Okay, okay. Acha, I'm talking about tavatu. Okay. Hasita, then hasitena. Hasitena khalu.
Hasita. I made a mistake. Ta pratyaya in Strilinga is akaranta, not ikaranta. And hasitam, napunsakalinga. Aham hasitena
Shishuna
saha hasami, etc. Can we use hasita and shishu in still assuming it's a baby boy in prathama vibhakti?
Hasitaha shishuhu tatra asti.
Hasitaha shishuhu tatra asti. Kriya padam is asti. We are talking about the shishu. Shishuhu tatra asti. Idruha shishuhu hasitaha shishuhu. The baby that laughed is there or is here. So you probably saw hasitaha shishuhu in such context. So in such context, it is fine to use, but if the only context is shishuhu hasitavati or shishu hasitavan, and if the only thing that you have to convert into karmani prayoga using ta pratyaya, then this is the way. Shishuna hasitam.
Okay. Then Mahodaya, so hasita shishuhu tatra asti api samyak kalu.
Satyam.
If it's a female baby.
Satyam.
Hasita shishuhu.
Hasita shishuhu tatra
asti. Okay.
Tatra asti. Satyam.
Okay. Because we have these forms for all the even the like Ruditaha and also I was getting confused.
So that is the distinction. When you use ta pratyaya in the prathama vibhakti and without any other kriya padam. Atra pashyate. See the distinction here. Shishuhu hasitavati. Atra kriya padam kim asti? Kriya padam nasti. Asti is the kriya padam. So let us take asti as the kriya padam. So when you have only that and the primary thing that you want, in other words, we are taking hasitavati as a kriya suchaka padam, right? Shishuhu hasitavati. The baby laughed. There, there when you do the conversion, it will be shishina hasitam. Parantu atra pashyate. Atra pashyate. Let's do this. It is easier. Atra kriya padam kimasti?
Pashyami.
Pashyami. Something else is the kriya padam. It is not the primary thing in the vakyam. Pashyami. The seeing is the primary thing. It just so happens that I am seeing a baby that laughed. So therefore, then you can use the appropriate linga vachana vibhakti forms of hasita. Hasitam shishum pashyami. That is also correct if it is a baby girl. Satyam?
Okay. Astu. So Mahodaya, here hasita shishuhu bhojanam khadati. So that is also the correct message, right?
Satyam, correct. The baby that laughed eats. Satyam. This is also correct.
Okay. But when we convert it to karmani, then we need to use only hasitam.
Vadatu.
No, like when we convert, like if it's Shishuna Hasitam, so Shishuna is basically Karmani Prayoga, right? So in that context, we are supposed to use only Hasitam, right? So we cannot use, other like forms like Hasita or Hasitaha.
Satyam, because there is no karma padam there. Here, if you look, karma padam is bhojanam is the karma padam. Shishuhu is no longer the primary thing. Bhojanam, there is a karma padam here. The fact that Hasita Shishuhu is a ta pratyaya is still remains. The baby that laughed eats. The baby had laughed in the past. Now she is eating.
Okay.
Spashtam va?
Got it, Mahodaya. Dhanyavad.
Rajashri Mahoday, vadat.
So one question is this Hasita Shishuhu is a pullingam. So how can it be Hasita Shishuhu?
Shishu is a very, it's one of those padani that
Lingya Vedaha Nasti.
So mitram is one word, right? I can use it for a female friend or a male friend. Mama mitrasya nama Sita, mama mitrasya nama Rama. So mitram is a napumsakalingam, but it is used for indicating pullinga or strilinga people. Same way, Shishu is a pullinga pada, you are correct. But when we want to distinguish it's a female baby, it is also used that way. Viraj Mahoday, Ekakshana. Gayatri Mahoday, Prashna अस्ति वा?
Yeah, Mahodaya. Now I got confused. So if akarmaka dhatu, we use bhave prayoga, karmani prayoga. So I got confused with that now.
That is when you are using the lakara form. Bhave prayoga applies to lakara. Okay. What is your doubt? Tell me in a sentence.
No, I thought it is in the bhave prayoga, ta pratyaya will be hasitaha only. Shishuhu hasitaha. Not like that.
No. Shishuna hasitam.
Okay.
By the baby, laughter was done. Shishuhu.
Okay.
Did we write something wrong here? Shishuhu, correct only. Shishuhu hasitavati, shishuna hasitam. See, bhave prayoga applies to lakara when you use the lakara form. Here we are using ta pratyaya. So ta pratyaya, when there is no karma padam, it is napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti ekavachana. It goes back to what Bala Mahodaya was asking. So the bhave prayoga there, it is prathama purusha ekavachana. Ahasyata, right? Hastatoho bhave prayoga, what is it? Karmani?
Hasyate.
Hasyate. Shishuna hasyate. And if you want to do it in Bhutakala? Ahasyata, right?
Hasyata.
Ahasyata. Shishuna hasyate. Latlakara. Shishuna ahasyata. Langlak.
Okay.
So that applies to lakara form, Mahoday. Prashtam va?
Mahodaya.
Astu. Viraj Mahoday, prashna asti va?
Mahoday, it's all clear. Only thing is, there are two ways to use it, right? Like one is Kriya Suchaka and another is Visheshana Visheshya Bhava. So in a sentence, when we look at a word like the usage, I think when we do the Dilipa, that will come again, I think. So
okay, let's go there. You please finish your thing.
No, I just want to make sure that because if you want to make it as a Kriya Suchaka, then depending on whether you have a Karma Pada or not, it will take the Napumsakalinga or the respective Linga word. But if it is Visheshana Visheshya, then we don't know. In a sentence, we just need to see and just add it. So all these rules we apply when it becomes a Kriya Suchaka. But in the shloka and all, many times it's Visheshana Visheshya. Then we don't need to worry too much about this Karmani Prayoga, Kartari Prayoga, all that, right?
Satyam. Satyam. The only thing that I want to say there is the pratyaya is always a Vishesha Visheshana. That will never change. Whether it's Kriya Suchaka, Vakyam or Karmani Prayoga, whatever, Kartari Prayoga, it is always, there is always a Vishesha Visheshana Bhava. But what you said was correct. Pashyamaha, then it will become clear. Dileepaha Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitavan. Rajashri Mahodaya, atra kim karaniyam?
Last time I didn't attend, but I saw the video. It said Dileepaha Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitaha.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, I'm just trying to recollect what was the discussion about. Astu, we have to convert this into Karmani Prayoga, correct? That is Abhyasa. Is that correct?
Mahodaya. So if we convert to Tha Pratyaya, so what will be the answer?
We have to convert to Tha Pratyaya, Mahodaya.
Astu Mahodaya. This is अत्र कर्मपदं किमस्ति?
Nasti. Karmapadam Nasti.
Karmapadam Nasti. Everybody agrees with that? So this is not a Karmapadam. Vasishtam is not a Karmapadam. Dileepaha Vasishtam Sankalpitavan doesn't make sense. So this is not a Karmapadam. Dileepaha Sankalpitavan. So if you take this as a Kriya Suchaka Padam, Kaha Sankalpitavan, Dileepaha Sankalpitavan, Kim Kartum Sankalpitavan, Drashtum Sankalpitavan, Kam Drashtum, Vasishtam Drashtum. Satyam. Atra Karma Padam not. Kim Sankalpitavan is it's not a valid question here. Kaha Sankalpitavan. Astu. So, Yatra Karma Padam Nasti Kim Bhavati?
Napumsakalinga.
Napumsakalinga Ekavachana. Dilipena Sankalpitam. Satyam. Karmapadam Nasti Dilipena Sankalpitam. This is the answer. And if we add back this masala, Dilipena Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitam. Anybody agree, disagree?
Because the grader has marked it as Sankalpitaha. That is why I wanted to check.
Mahodaya. The grader has marked Dileepaha Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitaha.
For me, they have written Dileepena Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitaha.
For me, they have written Dileepaha Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitaha.
So Dileepena Sankalpitaha. Dileepena Sankalpitaha. By Dileepa Sankalpam was done. No, Karmapadam Nasti. So Dileepena Sankalpitam is correct. Dileepena Sankalpitam is correct.
No, Mahodaya, this exercise had 3 parts. There were 3 parts to it. I don't have the book in front of me.
Okay.
Now the homework in front of me. But then there were 3 parts. So in all the 3 parts, the sentence will be the same.
No,
I don't remember what were the 3 parts. Can you please?
No, the second part, we have to change Karmani Lang Lakari, the full story. So in that Dileepena Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpyate. Sankalpyata.
Sankalpyata. Sankalpyata. Dilipena sankalpyata.
In lang lakara.
In lang lakara. Okay. Second part was pratyaya.
In because and then it was in
What
Tavatu.
was Lat Lakara?
Second Tavatu Pratyaya.
It is already in Tavatu pratyaya, right?
First was Lat Lakara. Second was Lang Lakara. And third was to convert Tautu to Ta Pratyaya.
Okay. Okay. Satya. Okay. Astu. So how will you do this in Lat Lakara?
Karmani Lat Lakara.
Dilipena. It will be the same, no?
Dilipena.
Vasishtam Drashtum Sankalpitam.
No.
Lat Lakara. Karmani Lat.
Sankalpyate.
Do you agree with this, Bala Mahodaya?
I'll have to go back and check.
लङ् लकारे किं भवति कर्मणि लङ् मध्ये
Samakalpyata.
Samakalpyata.
Sama or sang?
Sama ma bhavati mode.
Ma bhavati va?
Mode. Purnama. Samakalpyata.
Like this?
Mode.
Kimartham?
Sandhi.
Sandhi asti tatra.
Astu, astu. Samakalpyata. Astu. And ta pratyaya, this one.
Bhanu Mahodaya.
Mm.
So here the grader says that for Lang Lakara, Dilipena Vasishtaha Drashtum Samakalpyata. That's what she has written for me. Vasishtaha Drashtum Samakalpyata.
No. That won't be correct because who has done the sankalpa here? Is it Vasishta or Dilipa?
Dilipaha.
Dilipa. There, if you say Vasishtaha, no, it won't be correct. The meaning changes there. We also have to look at the meaning.
Astu.
There it will become Vasishta does the sankalpa or did the sankalpa. I think that's a mistake.
Mahodaya, can I ask a question?
Please. This is a discussion.
Why Vasishtam is not a karma padam? I thought it was a karma. He wants to meet that person, like Vasishtam.
Astu. Dilipaha sankalpitavan. That is the basic sentence, correct?
Yes.
Dilipaha sankalpitavan. Kim sankalpitavan, if you say, ask the question, if the answer is Vasishta, Dilipaha Vasishtam sankalpitavan. Does that make sense?
But it could be Dilipaha Drashtum Sankalpitavan.
Yeah.
Dilipaha Drashtum sankalpitavan.
So, Kim Drashtum, like Vasishtam Drashtum.
Parantu tattu Tumun pratyaya asti, right? Tumun always looks like it is a Ditya Vibhakti form and it looks like it is a karma padam. To see, but is it the karma padam?
No, that Drashtum is not a karma padam.
So what is the karma padam?
I feel Vasishtam is a karma padam.
Okay. So forget about Drashtum. Dilipaha Vasishtam sankalpitavan. What does that mean?
He wished to look. He made a vow or he needs to see something.
So you are saying Vasishta, what if it is the karma pada? So Dilipaha Vasishtam Sankalpita. Does that make sense?
No, Mahodaya.
Kim Sankalpitavan? Can Vasishta be the answer for Kim Sankalpitavan? So if the answer to Kim is found, then that will become the karma padam. So that is why Vasishta is not a karma padam.
Okay. So we cannot just take like we have to see the meaning.
Correct.
Dhanyavad.
Rajashri Mahoday, have I helped clear some of your doubts?
Yes, Mahodaya. But only one thing, last time there was a discussion on Dilipaha Sankalpitaha. So will it be, if we use this Sankalpitaha as a Visheshanam to Dilipaha, then it will become Sankalpitam Dilipam, is it? That again is
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Atra kimasti. So I think that was a somewhat advanced discussion. Parantu kurmaha. Atra kimasti ityukte even in tavatu pratyaya sankalpitavan. Okay, forget about Vasishtam Drashtum for a second. Dilipaha sankalpitavan. Now if I want to say Sita, kim bhavati? Doing the sankalpa. If Sita is doing the sankalpa, how would we say it?
Sankalpitavati.
Sankalpitavati. Why?
Strilinga.
Is a Visheshanam to Sita.
Tavatu pratyaya is also a Visheshanam. Just like ta we saw is a Visheshanam. Tavatu is also Visheshanam. So Dilipaha Sankalpitavan. So Asti. Sita Sankilpitavati Asti. Normally what do? We write the Visheshanam in front of the Vishesham. So Sankalpitaha Sankalpitavan Dilipaha Asti. The Dilipa who had made that determination is there, right? That is another way of saying the same thing.
But then when we convert it to Dilipena Sankalpitavan, then if I take Sankalpitam, no, Dilipena Sankalpitam, then Sankalpitam and Dilipena, they don't match, isn't it? When we do it into the Tha Pratyaya form. That's
Satyam. Correct.
Mahodaya,
Vadatu.
it's not connected with this. We usually say wherever you place, whatever you place in karma, kata, wherever it is in the Sanskrit, the meaning doesn't change. But here, if you place Sankalpitavan, Dilipa, and in the other side, then the meaning changes, no? Sometimes.
Okay. How does the meaning change?
This Sankalpitavan, Dilipa means there is no confusion. But Dilipaha, Sankalpitavan means that Asti is not there.
Okay. What does Dilipaha Sankalpitavan mean?
No, something is there, not like that. I got confused when I asking now.
Okay. No. Okay. Let's answer that. Dilipaha Sankalpitavan. What does that mean?
Dilipa determined.
Dilipa Sankalpitavan.
Determined.
Determined.
D.
Determined. Correct. Dilipa determined. Dilipaha Sankalpitavan asti. Kim tatra arthah kim? Artham kim?
there is a Dilipa who determined.
So in both cases, who are we talking about?
Dilipa only.
Dilipa only. Dilipah sankalpitavan. Dilipa is determined. Is that correct? No, Dilipa was determined. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I think I understand what you're saying. So, Dilipah sankalpitavan. Dilipa had determined, correct? Dilipah sankalpitavan. Dilipa had determined. Is that correct, Ramu Mahodaya? Ramu Mahodaya. Dilipah sankalpitavan. Dilipa had determined. Sankalpitavan. Dilipah asti. Okay. The determined the determined Dilipa is okay. What is the confusion?
Now I got confused. We'll see later.
Okay.
Mahodaya, just
Vadat.
now the Kartari, I think it is all the Vachana and Linga is matching. But when we did the Karmani, I think in the Dilipa sentence, since it is not matching with anything, so that rule that whenever you use the, it will be a Visheshana is not matching.
Dilipena sankalpitam. That's the one you're talking about?
Yes, Mahodaya.
I see, because Dilipa and Sankalpita are Vishesha Visheshanam is what you're saying.
That is one way of using. I think it's not matching because I think the meaning also is not. Two things we are trying to do, right? Grammatically and meaning wise.
Both have to make sense. Correct. Astu. It looks like I have to do some more homework. I will try to explain this. Just like we did the Udaharanam today, I will try to take one more Udaharanam and try to do this. I will try to answer that in the next class.
But I think that Sankalpitam is the right answer you're saying?
That is what I am thinking. Dilipena Sankalpitam is what I'm thinking. But now that you are also saying why is the Vishesha Visheshana matching, not matching, I have to think some more. Chintayitva vadami, agre vadami.
Yes, Mahodaya. That's where I was telling that whether Kriya Suchaka and this is separate, it cannot be.
No, you raise a good point. I will think and try to approach this in a different way so that we come to the right answer. Astu. Any other questions?
Mahodaya, like the Asitam Balakam, like that she was talking, right? So if I say Asitavan Aham Asitavan Balakaha Pashyami. So
Aham
can I say like that?
No, you can't, because Aham Pashyami. Kam Pashyami, Kim Pashyami.
Asitam Balakam Pashyami.
Hasitam Balakam Pashyami, Hasitavantam Balakam Pashyami. Both are correct. Whether you use Tavatu or Satyam.
Okay. So what is the difference between, like, if I want to use Asitavan will become Asitavantam. Asitavantam. Yeah.
Ah,
Asitavantam.
ah,
So tavatu and ta pratyaya. So
ah. So what?
so,
Tell me.
so I thought ta pratyaya is only used in karmani. So now we are saying it can be used in kartari, so it is getting confused.
Okay. So that was the whole point of doing the abhyasa, right? So
Yeah.
ta pratyaya by default is karmani only. Nothing about that has changed. But the people got injured in an accident, karmani prayoga. The people that were injured in the accident were taken to the hospital, kartari prayoga. The vakyam is kartari prayoga, but the people that were injured is still karmani prayoga. Agreed? Same way, Shishuhu hasati, Shishuna hasitam, that is still karmani prayoga. Hasitaha Shishuhu, that is still karmani prayoga only. The boy, the baby that laughed, but I am using it in a kartari prayoga. So ta pratyaya is still karmani only, but I can use it in a bigger vakyam that can be in kartari prayoga or karmani prayoga.
Yeah,
So don't go. Vadat.
I'm getting it like with the examples, I'm getting it like it is used as a visheshanam kind of thing. But when we are trying to translate it, it is getting confused.
Okay, the baby laughed. I am seeing the baby that laughed.
Yeah.
What
Aham
is wrong?
asitam shishum pashyami. That
Aham
is
hasitam shishum pashyami.
Yeah.
I see the baby that laughed. The baby laughed. Shishuhu.
Mahodaya?
Shishuna hasitam. The laughter was done by the baby. Aham hasitam shishum pashyami. The baby that had laughed, I am seeing that baby.
Mahodaya.
Or let me confuse you a little bit more. Maya hasitam shishum drushye. Can I say that?
Maya.
अर्थः कः तत्र?
The laughing Shishu was seen by me.
No. The baby
Maya
that had
is-
laughed by me was seen by me. Is seen by me. Is seen by me. Drushye. So, aham hasti. I am seeing the baby that laughed, or the baby that laughed was seen by me. Both are correct in English. Would you agree, Sumitra Mahoday?
Mahodaya.
The baby that laughed is still in passive voice. Do you agree with that?
Baby that laugh. Yes, Mahodaya.
Laughter was done by the baby or the baby that laughed. Both are equivalent. I am seeing the baby that laughed, or the baby that laughed is seen by me. In first case, active voice, second case, passive voice, the entire sentence. But the fact that the baby had laughed or the baby that laughed is still passive. That is not changing, correct?
Mahodaya.
So just like in English, where we take the fact that the baby had laughed and can use it in a broader sentence, a bigger sentence that is still active voice, same way in Sanskritam, we can take the pratyaya pair, the vishesha visheshana, that pair, patita grantha, that pair, the fact that the book was read is still in karmani prayoga, is still bhutakala, but we can use it in a broader sentence that is still Kartari Prayoga. Toyam patati, the water falls. Or if you do it in Karmani Prayoga, Toyena patitam. The falling was done by the Toyam. The falling was done by the water. Correct?
Amod.
Now I want to talk something about the water that had fallen. The falling action was done by the water. Toyena patitam. Now I want to say something about the water. The water flows to the ocean. How would I say that? Toyam sagaram prati gacchati. That is a Kartari Prayoga. You agree with that?
Amod.
Gacchati.
Gacchati.
Toyam sagaram prati gacchati. Patitam toyam sagaram prati gacchati. Because toyam is prathama vibhakti there, ekavachana. Therefore, patita has to match. Therefore, patitam toyam sagaram prati gacchati. There it is still the relationship between patita and toya is still karmani prayoga. The water that had fallen, ekavachana bhutakala ta pratyaya patitam toyam, the water that had fallen goes towards the ocean, is going towards the ocean. That is kartari prayoga. Sagaram prati gacchati. Spashtam? So just because something is in ta pratyaya doesn't mean that the entire vakyam has to be in kartari prayoga, karmani prayoga only. The rule is, as long as you have the ta pratyaya describing something, then there is a vishesha visheshana bhava, and that is in bhutakala, and that is still a karmani prayoga. Parantu, you can use that pair of words that is in Tavatu, that is related by Tavatu, inside a regular Vakyam that can be in Kartari Prayoga or Karmani Prayoga. So, Patitam Toyam Sagaram Prati Gacchati, that is in Kartari Prayoga. Now use that in Karmani Prayoga. The fallen water, Ekakshanam. So, Patitam Toyam Sagaram Prati Gacchati, the fallen water is going towards the ocean. That is the meaning, correct?
Yes, Modi.
So the action of going to the ocean was done by the fallen water. Can I say that in English? The water that had fallen, that action of going towards the ocean was done by that fallen water. So patitam toyam sagaram prati gacchati. How would you do it in Karmani Prayoga?
Can I still take patitam toyam? Saharam will be saharam only. Gacchati will be gamyati. Yeah.
So what will be the vakyam?
So the fallen water.
By the fallen water.
Yeah, sir, by this.
अत्र पश्यतु पतितं तोयं सागरं प्रति गच्छति. Do you agree that this is Karmani Prayoga?
Amagodya. But
you agree?
Will it not change into Tritiya?
Hold on. So the whole sentence is Kartari. Do you agree with that also?
Amagodya.
Now I want to convert this into Karmani Prayoga. So Gacchati becomes Gamyate.
Gamyate.
If I want to do it in Karmani Prayoga, Atra Karta Kaha in this Vakyam? Karta in this Vakyam, what is the Karta?
It should be Patitam Toyam, but
Toyam. Toyam is
Toyam. Toyam.
Toyam. So then it is in Karmani, what will it become?
Toyena.
Toyena. And I'm saying patita is the Visheshana, so that also has to convert,
Patitena.
right? Patitena toyena gamyate. This won't change Sagaram Prati because that is a Saptami Vibhakti equivalent. Patitena toyena Sagaram Prati gamyate. By the water that had fallen, the action of going towards the ocean is done. So that is a very convoluted way of saying it, but it is grammatically correct. So the whole point here is 2 points. When you use the pratyaya, the Visheshana Vishesha Bhava exists, the Bhutakala aspect exists, but you can use it in a Kartari form as long as you remember to keep this pairing and their relationship intact. You can use it inside another big vakyam that is also in Karmani Prayoga. But this is a very convoluted way of saying it. We normally don't say it, but just for the sake of exercise, we have done it. Normally, you would see only this.
Just I was checking it out. Patitam toyam sagaram prati gamyate. This cannot be treated as a karmani.
No, patitena toyena. That is not karmani. Okay. I see what you are saying. Okay. That's a good question that you asked. Patitam toyam sagaram prati gamyate. Can we do this?
The karma should be in Tritiya Vibhakti. Mean the karta should be in Tritiya.
So gamyate is gone. So this is karmani prayoga. In karma, what is gone? Water is gone, right? Toyam is gone. Is gone. So this is karmani. So the karta, the toya, has to be in tritiya vibhakti. So this is not correct. This cannot be.
Bhanu Mahodaya.
Sagaraha.
Sagaraha, right? Sagara pullinga shabda.
Pullingam, so Sagaraha.
Sagaraha prati gamyate.
Sagaram prati. Why Sagaraha?
No, it is karma padam, right? So that has to be in pratama.
Is it karma padam? Kutra gacchati. What will be the question you ask? Kutra gacchati.
Kutra gacchati. But then Sagaram. So then we normally, like when we're doing the Anvay Rachna in the other shlokas earlier, we had taken it as Vidya Vibhakti, right? Sagaram gacchati, Vidyalayam gacchami. So Sagaram prati gacchati. So then it's taken as karma padam. Though we asked the question,
Astu, correct. Astu. But it will not be toyam gamyate. Toyena gamyate.
Yeah, that's correct.
Why the water is gone? The action of going is done. Rama Mahodaya, is that clear, Mahodaya?
Okay.
So when you see gamyate, karmani prayoga is gone. So by something is gone, the action of going is done. So therefore it will be in Tritiya Vibhakti. Toyena. Spashtam? Sumitra Mahodaya, spashtam va? Let's karmani prayoga is always confusing. The pratyaya, till we get it, it will be confusing. Chinta mastu. Let us continue this discussion on Signal or email. I've taken up more than my allocated time. Atra samapayamaha. Viraj Mahodaya, I'll get an answer to your question. I'll try to explain it in a different way, hopefully. If there are more questions, let's continue this discussion. This is all a very interesting discussion. I don't expect all of us to be completely fluent just by this discussion. It needs further discussion. Let's continue. Srividya Mahoday, Mangalashlokam Karvati va?
Karami. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Punatu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
धन्यवादः। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः। शुभरात्रिः।